Okay guys, I'm getting a lot of requests. We're just going to use a phone camera here for a little bit. A lot of requests of more people want to see this guy who is soaking wet from rolling around in the puddles outside. And let's see what time it is. It is 8:03 p.m. We've been on the truck since right around 6 o'clock or so. So we got almost 14 hours in. Look at how wet he is. He's making the carpet wet. But that's why you don't see him in the videos, because I usually stand right about where his tail's at. I put the, look at my mess I got. We'll get this cleaned up before we record tonight. But I usually have the tripod sitting right up here. And then what you guys see is a view something similar to this. And that is why you don't get to see this wet guy. Tracky, can you tell him hi? Huh? And that's the annoying fan that I have to shut off. That's why a couple videos back, all the power went out, because we shut off the battery charger here. So it's nice and quiet. Alright guys, we had to change up the angle here a little bit. I am missing a toolbox over here. We're going to fill that in. We open up a brand new one here in just a little bit so you can see all about that. But I just got a bunch of tools in and I was putting them away, and I thought, you know, maybe you guys wanted to see how that works. So what I get a list here, and it shows all the part numbers in alphabetical order, and then shows how many I got if they're on back order. This one was shipped from a different warehouse because this is actually the stuff that my warehouse didn't have. So, and then what we do is we go ahead and, it's 2 pages, but there's nothing on the back page. But what I'll do is I'll go ahead and grab usually a pen or a marker or something, and just cross them off, make sure I got everything in the box, and I'm good to go. So we got 2 of the high leverage pliers. I showed you guys them before. And in here it says there should be 3, but I only seen 2 on top, so I'm just going to mark down that I got 2. Right there. These battery cable cutters are super cool. PWC 80A Blue Point battery cutters. Very awesome on the copper wire. Don't want to use it on the steel wire, but if you're doing battery cables, these things are awesome. Slice right through there. Says I'm supposed to have 1 of them. A couple tie rod end tools, the YA2223 and the YA2222. So this one goes 12.5 mils to 14 mil. This one goes 14 to 15.5. So that's why there's 2 different ones of them. So cross them off quick. The flexible magnet, so you can kind of bend it around. It's got a little cover on there, so if you got to get inside somewhere, you don't want it to stick to the side. There's a UPT2FL. Hammer time. 16-ounce hammer. We'll pop her in the hammer rack there. Looks like we got some random sockets. Here's our 3rd high leverage plier. We can cross that off. We should have 3 of the gloves. These are the ones my guys prefer. XL, they got little knobs on them for grippies. Seem like they're pretty thick, pretty durable gloves. So we got 3 of them come in. We'll put them on a shelf. We'll save this stuff for in a little bit. 2 of the Blue Point tire filler checkers. TPG DL 1000C. Up on the shelf. And we'll cross it off on the list. There was a 61 CF and a 911 ACF. Them I already took out before we started the video. I got them just sitting right up here. A couple pliers. So that's what we have there. We got a Torx bit, a replacement bit, size 50. So FTX 50, yep, times 1. A little tiny hex bit replacement, 2mm. Prevost little coupler with the button on it for your air tools. Little 1/2-inch swivel. I got the one with the ball in there. Most of the guys prefer the ball versus the pin. So that's what we got. That. $0.90. That is a flapper disc for an old, like a PH 2050 air hammer. They're like 90 cents. That's the part that usually goes out. What we got here? FA7LE. Little socket, 10mm. It's gonna be a TMM10, TMM7. 14mm, 17mm, a 10mm, 3/8 drive, 12.7/16. Got it. And there's the other two 14mm for all three of them. So we're good. We got everything on the list. Made sure that it was all here. It's all crossed off. Does it show that? Yeah, flapper valve disc. $0.90. Alright, I'm going to get this stuff put away, get some of this mess cleaned up, and then we're going to go ahead and unload the, or unbox the toolbox out there. So here's what we got. We got to go ahead and get it opened up, get it off the pallet, set up, and put on the truck. Alright guys, I got everything cleaned up here, but one of the problems I ran into when I designed this truck, I had this runner put in here, and that runs off the heater that's underneath there. And it runs all the way forward to under the milk bones. And it's a heat vent for up front. But now that we have changed the casters on the toolboxes, they don't fit in there properly. So we're going to make something up to fit in there to space some toolbox, you know, push it out a little bit, so that it's not rubbing up against the aluminum there. So what I've done is I've taken 6 of these runners that we use on the toolboxes to hold them in place, and I put them in 2 different stacks. I just screwed them together. Actually kind of heavy. And I'm gonna put carpet around them, staple the carpet on, and then put it in there just as a spacer to keep this thing a little bit away from the wall. Check that thing out. Purple titanium trim. Once we get it in the truck, it'll really show its colors. Okay, so I got them built and I screwed them to the wall. Got the carpet on there, and then what I have is an extra one of these foam pads here, and there's some Velcro on it, so we'll put the foam pad on, and that should space that toolbox far enough away from this channel down below.